One more match here on championship court. Bronze medal match to see who is going to move on to the gold medal match against Annalie Waters and Riley Newman on Sunday. Your 2 seed, Catherine Parenteau and Ben Johns, taking on number 3 seed, Paris Todd and J.W. Johnson. 2 out of 3 to get to Championship Sunday. We're going to throw it down courtside for our player introductions. One more match to go, ladies and gentlemen. It is all about the bronze medal match. Who's moving on to championship? Out of Fort Myers, Florida, Paris Todd. And her partner from Delray Beach, Florida, J.W. Johnson. Their opponents, your 2 seed out of Naples, Florida, Catherine Parenteau. And her partner out of Austin, Texas, 3-time national champion, Ben Johns. Your lead referee for this matchup out of Fort Myers, Florida, Larry Scott. Your supporting referee from Bend, Oregon, Peggy Friesner. The tracking referee from Royal Oak, Michigan, Michelle Baumgardner. And in the booth, the video replay referee from Fountain Hills, Arizona, Brenda Alley. All right, Cam, bronze medal match, 2 out of 3 here. Catherine Parenteau, Ben Johns taking on Paris Todd and J.W. Johnson. Your 2 and 3 seed to see who can get to Championship Sunday and face off against the 1 seed, Annalie Waters and Riley Newman. Predictions early on, Kat.
2 things here to look out for. I'm really looking to see if Johnson and Todd discuss that middle ball for the dink. I think that was creating a lot of confusion right there. I think if they get that figured out, they're going to see a lot more success. On the flip side, we saw Ben Johns come out very flat, finish strong. It's going to be interesting to see how he starts out this match. I'm not worried about Parenteau. She's going to do her job, and she's just fine. It's going to be Johns for me that decides this match.
All right, and let's take a look at how these teams got here. Todd and Johnson versus Parenteau and Johns. You see in that bronze medal match. Parenteau and Johns, if you did not catch that last match with us, Parenteau and Johns were down 10-4.
Yes.
10-4.
They were down most of the match.
They went on a 12-4 run to end it 16-14 against Kovalova and Wright. We had pretty much moved Kovalova and Wright on. It looked like Ben Johns was disinterested, and he came back with a vengeance, like we saw him the other night against Julian Arnold, where he looked dead in the water. In second game, he'd already lost game 1. He's down 9-3 in game 2, and then he turned it on. It was the same exact thing in the last matchup. He just turned it on. After that, I went to Ben after I interviewed him, and I'm like, again, Julian Arnold did the same thing last night today. He goes, maybe I should just start that a little sooner. I'm like, probably.
Sounds like a great idea.
Probably. And so we'll see if he does start that a little sooner, because he even, when I said it, I'm like, you're down 9-3 to Julian. I'm like, and you were down 10-4 there. And he kind of just smirked, and he goes, well, maybe I should start that a little sooner. I'm like, probably a good idea, but they're running into a very good team right now in J.W. Johnson and Paris Todd, who kind of figured them out earlier. So this is a rematch of a semifinal that we had here earlier, where we saw J.W. Johnson and Paris Todd play very well, and they took it to them 11-8, 11-8. So let's see what happens here, because the formula for that was Paris Todd cross court to Catherine Parenteau. 2, 3, 4 times back and forth, and then Todd would speed up to the backhand side of Parenteau. She would speed up, almost bait Parenteau into speeding it back up, and J.W. Johnson would come in and finish. You think that's going to be another similar pattern we're going to see?
I do, yes. That is one of Todd's specialties right there, is that dink and then that nice middle ball right there. Even if it is a little high, like you said, that is in Johnson's wheelhouse. He loves finishing those balls right there. And like I said earlier, if they can figure out that middle ball right there, let's have Todd go ahead and set that up, take a step out wide. Let's go ahead and slide her out just a little bit to give Johnson the room to finish that ball. And it'll be interesting here too. We saw Johns get beat down the line by Kovalova about 5 times in the previous match on different drives, on dinks, on push dinks right behind him. So we'll see if he covers his line a little bit more with Todd, or if he continues to come over a little bit more and stay with Catherine on her side. So I think it's going to be interesting here to see. In my opinion, it's going to be the guys that are going to set the tone for this match and who's going to come out on top. And we know there's some history between Ben Johns and J.W. Johnson, and they love playing each other, and they will do anything to beat each other. So I'm looking for a really good match here. A lot of great hand battles. It's going to be some long points here because all of these players on the court train for intense hands battles, and they can hit a reset on a dead flat ball that's coming 50 miles an hour, hit a reset, restart a point, and then get back into hands battle. So look for some incredible pickleball here tonight at the Margarita USA Pickleball National Championships here in Indian Wells. Incredible facility, best players in the world here.
Yeah, no affiliation here other than USA Pickleball. You put everything in your pocket. PPA goes in the right pocket, APP goes in the left pocket, and we're here all representing each other, and this is the best of the best. So that's what we have here. You got one team already sitting pretty, gold medal match, and so let's see what happens here as we are about to get started. 56 degrees as we get started. For me and you know, Chad Edwards is back here with us, kind of helping us.
He's shivering.
We're both, Chad and I are all freezing. We're freezing. Cam, you haven't been in Florida long enough. You're Fort Myers native now, but Chad and I have been down there almost 10 years now. Both him and I, we're living in the Midwest. We used to shovel snow every day in the winter, but both of us traded it in for the sand. And this 56 degrees, we are freezing right now, but
I'm from the desert. I'm from the desert.
Well, in the desert, it gets cold at night. We're in the desert right now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm feeling a little at home.
We are in the desert right now.
This in New Mexico.
The most beautiful pickleball facility that there is in the country. Transformed the Indian Wells Tennis Garden into pickleball for the last 2
It needs to stay as pickleball. I'm loving
weeks.
it.
It's beautiful here. We're on championship court, and Catherine Parenteau has ball in hand, about to get this bronze medal match started.
J.W. Johnson, Paris Todd to receive. On my right, Ben Johns, Catherine Parenteau to serve. Game 1, time in, 0-0-2.
Larry Scott out of Fort Myers, Florida, your lead referee here tonight. Parenteau was off the court when she hit that last shot. Watch her step off. She didn't even have a foot in bounds when she hits that last ball, and her and Ben Johns almost laughing about that. But that's their game plan early.
1-0-2.
I like the speed ups from Johns on every other one other than the last one. The last one, Parenteau was able to drop that close to the net and just get in a dink rally from there. Todd out in front of that one, and a very quick 3-0 lead here for Parenteau and Johns.
I like that look, though. She was trying to go behind Johns there and set it up for her backhand, just didn't execute.
Side out.
That one would have come a little fast right down the middle.
Yeah.
0-3,
He just
1.
missed that.
Almost a
Again,
jumping jack there from Parenteau to
Yeah, but
will
again,
that over.
Parenteau off the court playing right now, and you're seeing the pattern here, and it's John's taking about 85% of the court.
1-3, 1.
Yeah, a little miscommunication right there. I think Todd thought that Johnson was going to step in and take this last ball. And he pulled back last second.
1-3, 2.
Wow, and John's coming out on top of that hands battle right there. This is a different Ben Johns than we saw yesterday in singles and in the last match. I mean, a half hour ago. Yeah, big finish there from Todd. And they needed that right there, and do need one more to get that side out.
3-1-2.
Yeah, talk too a little bit about Cam about the ball right now. It's harder because it's colder out. The ball's going to sail a little more. Yeah.
1-2.
Great inside out forehand there from Todd.
Took a little off of it, just placed it perfectly.
1-4-1.
Wow, nice little two-hand roll there from Ben Johns. Just taking so much off this and surprising Todd to her forehand side.
It was a great look. He's been going cross court with every shot. He just held it like you said and really used that left hand to roll it back behind her.
Nice hands battle there. One by J.W. Johnson in the middle of that.
2-4-2. Side out. Four, two, one.
Oh, inside out forehand there from Ben Johns going behind J.W. Johnson. What makes that so effective, Cam?
Yeah, and it was what was happening in the earlier match when Todd and Johnson lost earlier to Newman. Her forehand dink got it just a little high, and Newman was able to capitalize on it, and that's exactly what Johns did right there. Took a little bit off of it, but was able to place it right behind Johnson. And what's happening here, which is so effective, is when you watch Parenteau set up that speed up, she is immediately sliding off court for that backhand.
6-2-1.
Johnson fighting off that forehand almost right at his chest.
I think that second one was flying out, but when it's right at you, you put your paddle on it.
I'm not sure he had anywhere to go. Oh, nice counter there from Todd. And I know that ball is going out, but again, it's similar situation. Nothing Parenteau can do right there. The ball's right at her.
2-6-1.
That's a good spot. Earlier, J.W. Johnson was speeding up that ball right at Parenteau. He's recognized where she's standing, and it's just great recognition.
He's made the adjustment very quickly.
Yeah, and again, he does it. Again, he sees where she's at, and so now he knows where that hole is. And so the hole is basically at where a player would be on that side.
Second serve.
And that's what sets him apart from so many other players, is he can make an adjustment within 3 shots versus waiting till it's a second game, third game, or it's too late or they lose. He's already made the adjustment and it's working.
Wow, great step in by J.W. Johnson right there. And here come him and Paris Todd, down by 1.
5-6-2.
Again, another great ball from Johnson as he steps in and takes that forehand.
And what he did differently there is he didn't hit at Parenteau. He hit right at her feet, right at that hole that he is now seeing and executing.
Oh, again, J.W. Johnson feeling it right now, Cam. No timeout here from Johnson. Parenteau kind of surprised.
7-6-2. Side out.
And John's taking something off that overhead, just kind of floating it back over.
It's almost worse when,
It's so
a
slow.
flat ball. You have to really create something with it.
Oh, great adjustment from Todd. And the footwork for her to get out of the kitchen.
She read that, sped that up.
6-7.
Even though it was high, she wanted it high because she wanted to come back down on that ball when it was returned from Johns.
There it is. Good recognition from Ben Johns, catching Todd on the stack. She's got to float that return a little more and give herself some more time. Wow, big finish there from J.W. Johnson, but Parenteau and Johns do tie it up here at 7. Game number 1, 2 out of 3. Winner will move on to that gold medal match on Sunday.
That was the adjustment that we were seeing in the previous match with him, is that hole was wide open the entire time up that kitchen line. You now saw Todd recognize it, slid over to the middle, covered it.
Wow, again. And it's recognizing that where Parenteau is on the sideline. Great recognition.
The adjustments that Johnson and Todd have made from their previous match to now is evident. They have closed the gap in the middle, and now Johnson has recognized the difference with Catherine Parenteau, and they are getting points on the board.
Second serve.
Little windmill move there from Johnson.
He's so shows his emotions
7-2.
when he's upset. Oh, nice ball from Todd there on the backhand side. And it is game point number 1 here for Paris Todd and J.W. Johnson.
Side out.
I like the aggressiveness from Johnson.
7-10-1.
It was a good block from Parenteau to keep it low. missing the open spot right there because they did shorten the court. They cut off the width right there as they went to that dink battle on the left side for Johnson and Todd.
But they got what they wanted.
Right.
10-1.
Todd just overhit that two-hander. Yeah, it's just not the spot right there for Todd. Unfortunately, because that ball's too low. If she gets a ball that's up, which she got in the first matchup, but that wasn't the one to attack right there, and they go into a timeout here, up by 1. Our Johnson and Todd, what is it that they need to continue to do that got them that lead, Cam?
I like the pattern that they're doing. I like the cross-court dink that they're having, and then what's happening is Johnson then speeding up at Parenteau, but then making the adjustment to hit that hole. What I wouldn't mind seeing is an Ernie from JW Johnson. I know that they're not there often, but because they're pressuring Parenteau so much, just any movement over there for her to take her eye off that ball, even if it's a fake Ernie.
Yeah.
I think it's something that she's not going to be used to seeing right now because he doesn't Ernie often. It might make her hit a missed shot or dink for them to hurry, get the side out, get the ball back, see if they can't finish out this game.
All right, well, let's see. It'll be Ben Johns to serve. We come back in from this timeout. 9-10-1. Game number 1, a spot in Championship Sunday's gold medal match on the line. Wow, Ben Johns, great move right there. And again, it was all Catherine Parenteau resetting that overhead from Johnson.
10-1.
Ben Johns just taking over again. They were down 10-7. They fought off a game point, and now they have a game point of their own.
Second serve.
I like that he's still going for his drive. He's continuing that from the match before, but it's really been working for him and setting up some better balls for him and Parenteau to come in on.
Yeah, right there. Nice low drive. And game 1 will go to Ben Johns and Catherine Parenteau. 12-10. We'll take a commercial break. On the other side of that break, game number 2 here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. Game number 2 about to get underway here. It looks like it'll be Paris Todd serving to Catherine Parenteau. Game 1 going to Parenteau and Johns. Big comeback down 10-7. They win it on a 5-0 run. They win 12-10. We'll see what Paris Todd and JW Johnson have for an answer here in game number 2. Oh, and Todd can do nothing but let that ball go. But it's a miss hit from Ben Johns right there on that block, and it ends up staying in.
0-0-1. Second serve. Zero, 2.
Yeah, good speed up on the backhand there from Ben Johns right at Paris Todd. She's almost not expecting it.
1-0-2.
Sitting more forehand there rather than backhand to do something with it.
Good counter there from Todd. Watch her on the speed up from Johns. Drops that shoulder, gets on top of that forehand. They get the side out. Yeah, it's tough right there from such a low position to try and sneak one past Ben John's backhand.
Yeah, I think she was trying to do what she did in the previous one where she got that miss hit, but sometimes people think you want to speed up really low and jam them up, which is great. She's trying to go a little bit higher to get that miss hit. Just not there on that one.
Tied up.
Ben John's going sideline to sideline there, almost looking at partner Catherine Parenteau and going, don't worry about it, I got this one.
I love a partner like that.
Makes everything so much easier.
Yeah.
Oh, nice ball, good angle from Johnson.
One zero two.
A good counter right there from Catherine Parenteau, and her and Ben Johns take a 2-0 lead here early in game number 2.
Tied out.
Good hands from Todd on the 2 drives from Ben Johns.
0-2-1.
They're starting to kind of calibrate themselves to the Ben Johns drive, as that's pretty much all he's doing right now in the 3rd.
Second serve.
It's such a hard position to be in right there. Do you take it out of there? Do you let it bounce, take a short hot ball? Just caught him right there in the worst spot.
Point.
They'll take that.
Yeah, unforced error from Johns on the return to serve. Will get Todd and Johnson on the board. Again, little confusion as it looked like Todd was expecting Johnson to take that ball, and she couldn't do anything but kind of react and get it back over.
Right, I liked the shake and bake idea, and it was there for Johnson to take. He just pulled off at the last minute, not sure why.
Again, great backhand pull there from Ben Johns. And watch how low he attacks that ball from. And it's like Todd and his opponents that he's been playing against, you know, they're just not expecting a pull from that position. Johnson trying to go around the post right there on the tight backhand from Johns. No luck. And a 4-1 lead for Parenteau and Johns.
4-1-1. Second serve.
A great spot there from Johns, but still on serve here.
They're going to need Johnson to get a little bit bigger. He needs to start playing more aggressive, taking more of those balls and finishing them.
Tied out.
This is where I want to see them make the adjustment. Little pep in his step. Johnson going back to serve. I like that.
Non-forced error there from Parenteau. Puts Johnson and Todd back on the board, down by 2. Trying to force a 3rd game here. Good combination right there from Johnson. He wasn't going to stop speeding this up. First on the backhand, another forehand, then gets a ball up he can handle.
And that's exactly what was working for him in the first game. So I was hoping he was going to bring that back. Jammed Parenteau, was able to get that point.
Nice finish on the backhand punch from Johnson, and we're all tied at 4.
And I like that we've seen now that even Johnson is hitting a 3rd shot drive. He's not dropping them, he's hitting a 5th shot drop. But I like that they're both driving that 3rd shot, trying to shake and bake and get some points on the board and be very aggressive.
And that's what I want. I want Todd to do that right there because that involves Johns, and then it puts him in that corner and doesn't allow him to be as active from that spot.
Right.
Oh, and off the tape right there. Johnson almost putting his hands up going,
5-4-2.
I apologize,
But I'm going to go ahead and take that point. Thanks.
but I'm taking it, and it's going to give us a lead. Again, Todd trying to reset forehand side and just clipping the tape
4-5-1.
2 times in a row. See right there, good adjustment, and what that does right there is that it pushes Ben Johns to the sideline. Now, here's my key on this stack. What happens with Paris Todd here? All right, so they come out on top of that, but what Johns did drive it, but he drives it at J.W. Johnson, which I don't get, because Todd was coming up on the stack and would have been out of position. But they come out on top, tied up here at 5.
5-5-2.
Yeah, tough right there again to that spot. On that speed up, I'd rather have her drop it back down the line, see if Johns can get pinned in that corner again and work from there.
6-5-2. Point.
Gotten her now 3
Yep.
times on that exact same spot.
7-5.
Yeah, she's trying to reset. She's trying to do what she needs to do there, but she's just coming up a little short on it. Not sure if, 1, she's thinking that Ben Johns may jump and Ernie that. 2, she's just getting a little tight right there trying to do that, but she had so much success when they beat them 11-8, 11-8 in the semifinal match, putting the ball right there. So, again, that's where she's got to go with it. It's the right shot. She's just not executing.
I think you're right there, Dom. I think she's trying to make it perfect and just right over the net because she's a little nervous that Ben Johns might earn it because he is great at doing that and reading it so far in advance. But make them try and do it. You know, put a little extra oomph on that dink ball, keep you guys in that rally. If it happens once, twice, okay, but now 3 times, let's go ahead, put a little bit more on it. Let's see if we can't get a little bit longer rallies, then we pick our moments to speed up. I know what she's trying to do with that middle speed up ball, but it's just not there right now.
No, Parenteau's figured it out
Yes.
from the first match, right?
7-5-2.
And Parenteau, a veteran, she made the adjustment.
Right.
She figured that out. She knows
Quickly.
what she needs to do. Yeah. And again, Ben Johns just coming in, being aggressive right there.
And what they're doing is Johns and Parenteau are playing 2v1 when they get up to the kitchen line. So it's not 2v2. You're playing against 2 players on the same side. It's suffocating.
Yes.
And you almost feel like you can't catch your breath, and that's when you start making
5-8-1.
these shots that maybe you wouldn't normally make because they're putting so much pressure on you. Jammed her right there again. Like you said, he is pulling it from such a low angle and hitting right at the shoulder of Todd. Great.
I mean, if you watch John's in the middle of this whole point, he got so low, you know, so athletic, and was ready for each and every speed up that came back.
Second serve. 8-5-2.
Wow, just such a good move. That's his third Burt that we've seen today. And that is he jumps in front of his opponent and goes over the sideline and kitchen line for the winner, and it's a 9-5 lead.
And credit to Parenteau for recognizing that and taking a step back, allowing him to move. That's how you know it's great communication and chemistry on this side, even though they don't play together a lot.
Yeah, we'll watch it here again. She recognizes and just stays in her spot, right? If she doesn't, she's about to get trucked and run over. But she stays in her spot, recognizes that, and Ben Johns just goes across, 9-5 lead. I don't know, it's tough right now when Ben Johns is playing so well to have an answer, Cam. I don't know what you do here at this moment when he's playing so well, other than try and go behind him a little bit and keep him honest.
Yeah, when he's playing comfortable and he's with a partner he feels comfortable with, like Catherine Parenteau and Annalie Waters, he's able to create magic, is what he's really doing right now, is creating magic. And that's hard to stop.
Wow, an ATP there from J.W. Johnson on the backhand side that Parenteau covers beautifully. John's a couple wild chicken wing blocks.
Had a lot of spin.
But Johnson able to finish and get that side out. Oh, Parenteau going for that Ernie. Johns likes it. I like the aggressiveness right there. But it does put Johnson and Todd back on the board here.
6-9-1.
Oh, John's getting out of the way of that Todd forehand.
That was a great reset, though, by Parenteau when she came up after Todd's drive right there.
Oh, it was incredible. She barely moved. Paddle just stayed there. She let all the power off the drive take control. Again, another backhand ATP from J.W. Johnson. This time, Parenteau has no defense for it. But again, it's the angle that Johns creates.
And he hits it very differently than a lot of other players. A lot of people slap and they want a good punch with it. He puts backspin and slices it, much harder to pick back up and stay in the point.
Oh, Catherine Parenteau letting that ball travel, gets across her body. Watch this. It almost gets to the outside part of her right hip before she hits that.
And that is her favorite shot to execute. She did it perfectly.
Wow, two let cords there for Johnson and Todd.
9-7-2.
You want to talk about shortening a court? Catherine Parenteau's third shot drop was on the corner Unbelievable, and it is match point here for Parenteau and Johns trying to move on to the gold medal match on Sunday. And Johns with the two-hand flip down the line. And Parenteau and Johns moving on to the gold medal match on Sunday, where they will take on Annalie Waters and Riley Newman.
I love this matchup on Championship Day Sunday because you have both teams playing with the opposite partners. So you usually have Catherine Parenteau and Riley Newman playing together. They play together on the PPA Tour. And you also have Ben Johns and Annalie Waters, who also play together on the PPA Tour, now swapping and playing against each other. So all four players knowing the other person's game so incredibly well, it's going to be who can keep the chemistry, who can stay aggressive, and adjust. I think that is going to be the key for Sunday, is who can adjust the quickest and make the other team confused with the movement. What I like from Newman and Waters right now is the changeup that they're having with Waters staying on the left-hand side. I think that's going to create a lot of confusion. We're going to send it down to Dom with the winners, Catherine Parenteau and Ben Johns.
Welcome back to Championship Court. First and foremost, congratulations, Paris Todd and J.W. Johnson, your bronze medalists at the 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. I am here with Catherine Parenteau, Ben Johns. You guys punch your ticket to Championship Sunday. Ben, a little better start there. You talked off the court. We were talking and saying that you'd like to get a better start than you did against Julian Arnold and that last match.
Yeah, definitely. Ate some food, came out with a little more energy, came out with more of a better game plan. So I think all those things combined for a little better start.
And Catherine, it looked like you were a little more locked into the first time you guys played them. You got beat in the middle a little bit. You closed that middle off really well that match.
Thank you. Yeah, I work on that. I was thinking about, whenever Paris has the ball, she can either go towards Ben or towards me. So I knew I had to do a better job in the middle. And I just felt like I was thinking a little bit better, moving the ball around. And we were very aggressive. And I can't wait to play with Ben on Sunday.
All right, well, congratulations. Catherine Parenteau, Ben Johns will face off against Annalie Waters and Riley Newman on Championship Sunday. Thank you guys for joining us here. We are signing off for the night. We'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. on all three courts on For the Fans and YouTube. Thank you. We're signing off for the 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships.